Jamie looks things up online. Jamie is helpful. Jamie doesn't complain. Jamie is Joe Rogan's production showrunner. Want you to be our Jamie, yeah.
But is Jamie in it? Because
Jamie's not in
Jared's more
Jamie does not get seen.
Jared identifies more as a star.
Well, we'll take Jared as a star, but if he wants to settle for Jamie, he can.
Jared, are you joining us? Do you want to be in it? Seems like you really...
Yeah. Pull up a stool. No one would see the plan.
Oh, I look dumb. I look gross. I didn't even realize my hair was bad. No.
You're not going to be in the video?
No.
Because your
Look
hair
at
is
me.
bad.
Should I wear a hat?
You look great.
You look great.
It looks windswept and it's like hot boy hair. All right, let's get swifty.
That's not fair on anyone. Guys, welcome to Midnight's release day and to an impromptu Friday filming session.
And I just want to give a huge shout out to all the Swifties who didn't listen to the leak and waited for the actual time that you're supposed to listen to the album, because I feel like that it was better that way.
The leak is not widely known, that's just a me thing, so I will be cutting that out.
What,
Don't want the feds on her case.
You posted
Taylor
that you got
Swift
the leak.
is nothing if not litigious. We all know that.
Oh yeah, she's gonna come after you guys.
Okay, and she'd be right to do it, and I would love to be sued by her, but that's not what this video is about. Okay, well, welcome back. We haven't checked in on LDS Living for a while, and someone sent us an article today that is truly heinous, and given that it is a sacred Taylor Swift weekend, I felt that this was worthy of response.
The title of this article is I Gave 17 Taylor Swift Lyrics a Gospel Twist for When Life Isn't a Love Story.
This is where I started to get bored, right here. That's why I gotta bounce. Guys, is it too late for me to back out? I realized that I don't want to be in it anymore.
Get out of here.
Oh, I thought that was a bit. I didn't think you were leaving. I would officially like to apologize for all people with abandonment issues who may have been triggered by Jared's sudden and violent disconnect from this.
Because we do get a lot of requests for Jared to be in more videos, and it is harrowing when you get excited
That's
for something.
true.
Oh, now he's trying to get back.
Someone was asking about your Mission Spirit story.
Who was asking about that? Somebody...
Lex.
Huh?
Lex.
Maybe you know them.
In the comments, they were asking about your mission story where you got visited by an evil spirit and they wanted to hear more about it.
Yeah, how did they know?
Because they watched the video where you talked about being attacked by
Did I talk about...
You mentioned it, but obviously didn't go into enough detail.
We have to work.
Jared,
This is our job.
Fully embodies, and I do appreciate, because I feel it too, fully embodies the wanting to be invited but not gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah. I also relate to that. Okay, what's disturbing me the most right off the bat about this article is that this girl is clearly, as she now is, I once was, she's just someone who was like an intern for LDS Living, writing her little articles. She's probably a pure soul.
Oh yeah, this is like my dream sacrament meeting talk that I wouldn't be able to give.
Yeah.
So.
And listen, Emily, it's not personal. I know we're on the same team here, but you Mormons have to stop making everything about them. And this is, we can't let this go unchecked.
Just because somebody is white and somewhat wholesome doesn't mean that everything they do applies to the gospel. This is a Mormon superpower. They really train you to
Absolutely.
associate everything with, I mean, we would do that on the mission, like the little, like, hold up a spoon. How does this relate to the gospel? And you're like,
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Oh.
You hold up a spoon, how does this
Try it, do it with Jared.
It's like,
Jared's like a sleeper.
Scooping my brains out for the rest of my life.
Yeah, totally. He could look at that face, he could relate anything to the gospel.
You chose to leave the video. Okay, let's get into it. I'm scared that I haven't looked at this at all. This is what is making me worried to respond to this. It just sounds so earnest, like the prosness of it. Anyway, at age 16, Taylor Swift released her first single, Tim McGraw. This song is sweet and sad and basically everything a teenager, and maybe the rest of us, could want in a lost love ballad.
I, for one, did not ever want Tim McGraw in my love ballad.
Now,
for
16
yourself.
years and over 157 songs later, Swift has taken her fans on an emotional roller coaster nobody regrets strapping in for. This is me as an intern to a T. The way this is written, it's chilling. And to the trained ear, not all of Swift's rhymes and riddles are dedicated to cute teenage romantics. In fact, you could quote some of her lyrics during Sunday school and no one would bat an eye.
I didn't know that she was a riddler. You meet her at a party and she's like, if I have one lemon and a cat says to me.
So without further ado, here are 17 Taylor Swift lines that, with a twist, can help us think about gospel principles. We are going to jump around between albums and eras, so buckle up. If you think I'm crazy, do as Taylor Swift to us and speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, number 1.
Can you please pronounce it like it's written and maybe sing it with the melody? I know you know it.
I am finding this a lot harder to get through. I thought this would be an easy breezy one, but for some, it's hitting too close, you know?
See, as someone who doesn't identify as a Swiftie, it's just,
I'm
it's not
seeing
too bad.
myself in it in a way I really don't care for. This is totally something I would have written. Okay, 1, the lyric is, say you fancy me, not fancy stuff. And then here's her explanation of how it relates to Mormonism. This line is from the song King of My Heart. Okay, I'm not going to read all the little like commentary on the
Also
music.
about Tim McGraw?
No. I love how these words remind us that we should make a conscious effort to let the people in our lives know we value them by saying you fancy me, like saying I've got the hots for you. Any relationship is strengthened when people are confident we care. In fact, once in an interview, Sister Ardith Kapp, former Young Women General President, was asked for her best marriage advice, and she said, I can say after 70 years of marriage, it's still nice to know, as in frequently expressing love. We need to be able to reinforce that statement. Okay, this is a fucking stretch.
This is
I
a
fancy
stretch.
you. It's just saying like, I kind of want to make out with you tonight.
She's not even mentioning the not fancy stuff. Why include that? You could just, might as well just say like, I love you. And it's like, wow, it's so good to tell the people you love them. Why not the fancy stuff? Why not be like, why don't place your treasures where moth doth corrupt, you know? Like,
you missed a trick. Well, I mean, LDS living is pro-prosperity gospel, so we can't insinuate in any way that materialism or consumerism or capitalism and riches in general are bad. It's really just about words of affirmation with this one. 2.
Money can't buy me love. It's so important to love those you love. That's literally what this song is about. It's about the gospel of love and that's it.
2. Band-aids don't fix bullet holes.
Cardiovascular surgeon Russell M. Nelson.
The imagery of this line from Bad Blood is spot on for an important lesson. We shouldn't minimize other people's hurt.
Oh.
I like the idea of Mormons taking that lesson.
Unless they're gay, transgender, a racial minority, or, God forbid, a woman.
Who doesn't know her place? Don't get me wrong. Any effort to be kind should be appreciated. But do we ever offer a figurative band-aid when a more extensive spiritual first aid is needed? This is desecrating on Taylor Swift.
We should do one of these, but it's relating it all to ex-Mormonism. Be like, platitudes won't solve the deep, deep wounds caused by the lies of Mormonism. You can't fix band-aids with bullet holes.
This video is unhinged. Maybe as we minister, we can think a little deeper about the conversations, love, and service that would really help heal the wounds in the lives of the people around us. It's really beautiful, Emily.
You really captured Taylor's essence and intention.
There's 17 Mercury.
I'm already feeling like 22.
I'm crying with laughter.
I knew this was trouble when it came in.
With your limited Taylor Swift knowledge, that is very cute.
I know, Red. I've been spending the last 8 months thinking all love ever does is break and burn and end. But on a Wednesday in a cafe,
Sounds like you really
coffee is a major sin.
Nice. Wait, did you know the melody of that one?
I did.
You really did.
Yeah, is that the one with Ed Sheeran?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Begin Again may be a ballad about believing in love again. Sorry. But its soft, beautiful melody speaks of a deeper message of hope. Rebirth! The Savior after 3 days!
No.
No, but I'm just
Oh,
going
God, I
with
thought
what
that
I
was
would
real.
go.
was like, please, no, God.
In the tube. We all thought he was gone forever.
That was his Jesus'
coming
Good
back.
Friday was her Wednesday in a cafe.
Oh my God, I haven't laughed this hard in
When
so
you're in your
long.
own Gethsemane or Wednesday cafe, just watch it begin again, don't lose hope.
Okay, well, I think she really missed a trick not taking it to the atonement, but she said, during a difficult time, whether it be for 8 months or much longer, we all crave moments of relief and feeling hopeful that life will be good again. Jeffrey R. Holland says, every one of us has times when we need to know things will get better. If you are feeling that right now, try reading his talk on High Priest of Good Things to Come. 4.
Oh. Why isn't it obvious that it's just like, oh, literally everybody believes in love and hope and it has nothing to do with what magic underwear you wear?
But do you know what though? I just think she's just an earnest intern. It's not even necessarily, I mean, she is Mormon, and that's
Just
clearly
right when
the
you
biggest
know.
issue with the piece. But yeah, I think she just is.
Yeah, you know, I had nothing against the writer. I've never
Okay.
met Emily who was a terrible person, but...
Really? Okay, 4. People throw rocks at things that shine. It's like when people insult the church for its homophobia and racism and marrying teenage girls. It's just because they're shining so bright like diamonds. This line from Ours is truly something. Even with our best effort, I can tell she's older Taylor Swift. Maybe she's not resonating too much with the newer stuff, with more alcohol references and having orgasms.
Yeah, that back when she was pure.
Even with our best efforts to be kind and live our faith, misunderstandings may arise about who Latter-day Saints are and what we stand for. Okay, I'm gonna take a moment to attempt to be serious right now. I did a Mormon Stories panel last night with John Larson, who is like the smartest person in ex-Mormonism as far as I'm concerned. And we went through all the amicus briefings that the LDS Church has filed with the Supreme Court. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that episode because you really learn what the LDS Church is actually about and what it is using its wealth and power to support when you look at the amicus briefings they've filed with the Supreme Court. So anyway, I don't think people dislike Latter-day Saints because they have misunderstandings. I think they know exactly what Mormonism stands for, and it's homophobia and it's racism and it's sexism, and just because you within the religion have come up with these apologetics that help you justify all that stuff doesn't mean that that's the truth. That's just what you need to cling to as the truth. I can't believe I got through that, such a serious statement.
Good job. They're gonna throw rocks at you. You're shining bright.
We don't have to let that dull our shine. When responding to criticism the right way, it can actually help us become more compassionate. Elder Dale G. Renland recently taught, not throwing stones is the first step in treating others with compassion. The second step is to try to catch stones thrown by others.
That feel.
He's like, and that's why we're really concerned about the 2011 case where a rabbi raped someone in the parking lot, and we're throwing all our political weight behind making sure that no clergyman can be held responsible for anything like that happens in their congregations.
That seems
Catch
like
the stones thrown by
something
others.
an aphorism written in. Did you watch Severance? You know their book of like scripture with just like the silliest aphorisms that are said so
Like,
seriously.
yeah.
They can't crucify you if your hand is in a fist. That's from his
True
last
though,
book or
really
whatever.
true. Okay, the thing that is like, this is just such a silly like article by an Emily who probably deserves nothing but the world, but it's just things are so chilling when it's like, this is a church that has so much wealth and power that is doing so much damage to people within it and to just people in the world because it throws its weight behind chilling political stuff.
I do not want to shit on Taylor Swift's songwriting capability, but I don't think she's doing a great job of showcasing the brilliance of her lyricism.
No, she's not. She is definitely like old Taylor Swift lyric. This is very much like old Taylor.
You're
I mean,
the only one of you, baby. That's the fun of you.
that is from the Lover album.
Sometimes I rhyme you with you. It's a fun thing to do with you.
It's true, no one is replaceable. We all bring different talents and perspectives, and that is part of what makes life joyful. Our wards and branches, you gotta bring it back to Mormonism. I was like, there's nothing wrong with that for them. Our wards and branches are stronger when we bring our different backgrounds and perspectives into our meeting houses.
I love how all of this is just about reinforcing tribalism.
I know. Because it's like, well, realistically, ward boundaries are drawn up according to like your economic class. So you're probably going to be in a ward with other people in the same groups as you. 6, never be so polite you forget your power. Never wield such power you forget to be polite. In this powerful line of antithesis, we are reminded that any virtue can be turned into a vice without caution.
Interesting insight.
Just leave that one hanging. I bet you got pushed around, somebody made you cold, but the cycle ends right now because you can't lead me down that road. She says, this song is a fun one to listen and dance to, but it also teaches a powerful lesson about breaking negative cycles. We don't have to perpetuate any unkindness or unfairness shown to us. With the Savior to help, we can lead out in creating a happier life.
Remember, the best revenge is moving to a big old city.
I've always said that. I've always said
You
that.
fool, you idiot, you imbecile. I am living in a big city. How dare you? You country-ass bumpkin. Time, mystical time, cutting me open, then healing me fine. Were the clues I didn't see, and isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was something invisible string tying you to me?
Okay, you butchered that delivery, but
Please
in
be
this
about
song,
predestinated weddings.
Swift takes a contemplative look back on her past relationships and how painful experiences led to where she is now. Romantic relationships aside, the reason Taylor Swift wrote the lyrics aside, here's how this relates to me and my high demand religion I'm a part of. Many of life's difficult days make more sense in hindsight. Like Romans 8:23 says, all things work together for good to them that love God.
This all feels like filler.
Yeah, this is an intern. This is an intern. I cannot stress this enough. You're gonna reference the song Ronan? That's an unhinged decision. Flowers pile up in the worst way. No one knows what to say about a beautiful boy who died. I don't feel like we needed to go there in this article.
Didn't even get the rhyme in there.
This reminds me, make sure you get sealed to your family while they're alive because God is not always forgiving.
I wonder, where's the one about fuck the patriarchy chain?
Yeah, I know. I've come too far. Oh, this is from one of my favorite songs, The Lakes, which I sung at my show. I've come too far to watch some name-dropping sleaze tell me what are my words worth. I may not be a songwriter under the world's eye, but this line from The Lakes reminds me to be careful of the criticism I let affect me.
Does that mean in God's eyes she is a songwriter?
To God, I'm the best songwriter. President Thomas S. Monson taught, rather than being judgmental and critical of each other, may we have the pure love of Christ for our fellow travelers. Beautiful. Can't hate on that.
Yeah, sorry, Emily, if, this doesn't feel like that.
Again, these are all such old references except for like one song from folklore. Because these things will change, can you feel it now? These walls that they put up to hold us back will fall down. For my final pick, I had to jump back to 2008 to the song Change. The message in these lines and the whole song has to be one of the most hopeful there is. Change is possible, just not within this church. The problems, insecurities, and mistakes.
What are you talking about? The doctrines change all the time. A beacon of what it means.
The problems, insecurities, and mistakes that hold us back will one day be a thing of the past. This feels like the truest one for Mormons. As Latter-day Saints, we know that true change is possible because our literal view of the Godhead changed in the scriptures. Because of the Savior. Yeah. And that is something to be excited about. I love how much you can feel Sister Becky Craven's excitement for change in her October 2020 General Conference talk. She said, I occasionally run into friends whom I haven't seen for many years. Sometimes they say, you haven't changed at all. Each time I hear that, I cringe a little because I hope I have changed over the years. If they're telling you haven't, Becky, I think that's something to listen to.
Take some feedback.
I hope I have changed since yesterday. I hope I am a little kinder, less judgmental, and more compassionate. I hope I am quicker to respond to the needs of others, and I hope I am just a little bit more patient. There's nothing wrong with that in theory. It's just that most of the time, the women that give those talks at General Conference are like at the top of a system that is absolutely not promoting being kinder, less judgmental, and more compassionate.
Where is I knew you were trouble when you walked in being directed to small infractions of the word of wisdom that eventually take over your life and become big trouble? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Emma to Joseph Smith after getting the gold plates. What are the other ones from that album? There's some good ones on that.
I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. I mean...
Yeah, having your name written in the record of heaven, making your calling and election made sure. That's what that's about.
Through marriage to an old man when you were but a wee child.
Yes, the best way, as far as I'm concerned.
There was no other way. You had to marry the old man. There was no other way. What could he have done?
There is no
What was he supposed to have done?
I plan to stop this list at 13 for obvious Taylor-related reasons. Wait, why?
That's a Taylor Swift's favorite number.
Oh. But I had to squeeze in a few more lines. If haters are hating at this point, I'll just have to shake it off. Shake it off, shake it
Don't blame me. Basically the church responding to any criticism of ways that it fails to keep up with the modern world in terms of being non-judgmental, compassionate and kind. What did we learn? What did we learn? We learned that Mormons will make anything about them, but Emily deserves no hate for this.
Yeah, Emily is a Swiftie first and foremost, I think.
Yeah, and I hope her allegiance to Taylor Swift is higher in her psyche than her allegiance to Mormonism, because I think she doesn't deserve to have to do this. This was degrading.
I'm just glad she got paid for it, hopefully.
Yeah, $7 an hour if I remember rightly.
All right, what are your favorite Taylor Swift lyrics that were written as a secret code from God?
For Mormons.
God put in Taylor's subconscious messages for us Latter-day Saints that would, you know, sort of fertilize the field for the crop of the righteous to grow.
Just none of the bad songs where she sings about feminism or the gays or drinking alcohol or having sex or being in a fulfilling relationship generally. If you want to support us in making content like this, join us on Patreon, where there is bonus content.
Thank you for watching. We love you so much. Bye!
Hope you're enjoying Midnights.